Alright, so this week was a little bit slow because I have a baby that didn't want to sleep, so I didn't sleep. So this week we are going to paint a TokiDoki Unicorno. This is a DIY series, so it is blank and I get to paint with whatever colors I want. Bright, dark, contrasting, weird. And while I think about the pattern, I kind of just stare at it for a while. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, but then I decided to just start painting it. Pink's usually a safe color, and I gotta get into all those little cracks and crevices, and the first layer is drying, but not very fast, so I had to use a heat gun. And I believe this has 2 or 3, maybe 4 layers of pink paint. I don't have the highest quality paints, so every time it dried it just looked grosser and grosser. So I had to add Pearlescent because Pearlescent fixes everything. Keeps it pink, keeps it light, keeps it shiny, and makes the paint last longer. And I just like the Pearlescent look of it better than the dry pink. I think 1 or 2 coats of that before I moved on to the hair, which I end up changing the hair color. I went from blue to pink, and I believe I went back to blue later. Which you'll see in the edit, but at first I was like slime green, and I don't know why, because that doesn't look good with pink, but here I am being really careful, trying to get all the edges and not overlap, but I really just didn't like how the green looked against the pink. Ended up matching the background a little too much too. So I mixed some new green, as you can see, and went over it again. I believe this pigment had Pearlescent in it as well, because why not? And I got so annoyed that I moved on, and I wanted to use that blackest black for the wings and the horn to make those things pop, but also look matte in contrast to the shiny Pearlescent pattern or finish of the other colors. And I think, yep, this is where I decided that the green was gross and I had to fix it. And I went for a cotton candy theme of pink and blue, which is very overdone, but it's overdone because it's pleasing, so I guess I'll get over it. I did a lot of touch-ups, multiple layers of paint, and after an hour of just touch-ups and paint on the pink and the blue, I was ready to move on. And off camera I had added black to the hooves. Again, it just needed something extra, and so finally it was time for the face up. I wasn't 100% sure of what I wanted to do on the face other than maybe a skeleton, so I just ran with that, and I had to use a lot of the Pearlescent paint to get a white mask to work as bones. And since the figure is so small, I had to get really simple and generic with the rib cage here. I liked how that turned out. I think it was suggestive enough and gives you the illusion of ribs without actually having to be detailed. So I took a break from the Pearlescent and did some more touch-ups before I moved on to the face. And instead of a cutie mark, I put a little heart on its chest. Probably an afterthought and not necessary, but now I'm very carefully painting in the eyes, and I'm using a new brush that should make it easy to do little details, even though I don't know how to do little details and I'm terrible at painting. As you'll see here in a minute. That's a tragic eye. That looks terrible. I do fix it, and of course right here you can't see anything because I'm painting off screen like a dingus. But I decided to go in and give it its little teeth marks, like on a skull, and was trying to do makeup, but apparently I'm only good at doing makeup on myself and not a figure right in front of me. It looks like trash. Anyways, I find a solution to fixing the face, one that makes me laugh, but maybe isn't the most appealing to the rest of you. I decided to use googly eyes. Googly eyes are my absolute favorite thing. I think that they can make anybody smile, and the whole point of half of what I do is to make people laugh. So after one eye surgery is complete, I get ready to implant the next one and stick it on perfectly. And we're done. I don't have a name for this guy, but I like that his mouth is deformed and he has googly eyes, even though he has terrible face paint. And maybe there's a story behind that, and I just don't have the brain power to write the story for that. Again, 4-month-old baby not sleeping super well, but I made time to do something small for myself, which is this, and then edit this video. If you liked this video, or at least found my commentary mildly entertaining, please check me out on all the social media, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and thumbs up on this video.